The story begins with him.
The story begins, yes.
You know.
Don't tell us the story.
Wow.
Wait, you was about to say something. What is going on? Can you just say it? This is the Star Seat, and I'm sitting with Vusi Africa, Naledi, and Ndiya. So Vusi Africa is the director of Letters of Hope. She's the scriptwriter. Ndiya is the producer. So I'm going to ask them a few questions. Let's hear what they have to say. Why Letters of Hope?
Basically, Letters of Hope, as the title did not come before the story.
Oh, okay.
You know, usually the title will come first and then the story comes later. In this instant, we had the story before the title. Actually, at first it was called The Letter Boy.
Yeah, it was the letter.
At first it was called The Letter Boy, and then when we were going through the story, you know, it felt like the message that was coming across in the story was more a message of hope.
When we were at film school, they used to say apartheid films. Let's not go back to the stories of apartheid. So I'm going to ask you, why was it important to tell a story about apartheid? Apartheid. Who's taking that one?
I'll let the answer.
Okay. The story was important to be told because it's not really about apartheid. It's about the setting or the premise is apartheid. But the story is not about apartheid. It's just about a boy who has to inherit this job from their father and actually, deliver these letters. So it's about the letters. It's not about apartheid. So we didn't do a story about apartheid.
So which scene in the film do you feel like people should pay more attention to? Or, I'm not saying the whole film is that, but there's a scene that you feel like they should pay more attention when they're there, or they have to make sure that they concentrate more.
I think you can answer that one because of production value.
Okay.
Production value.
Where you spend the most money.
Well, there's a particular scene in the film. It cost me a lot of money. I had to argue with the director. I don't know for how many days. It was not a one-day conversation. And every day I kept on going back to Naledi as well and saying, do we really have to shoot there?
Oh, yeah.
Because the location was so expensive for me. And I felt like, I get the picture that you're giving me, director. I get the texture, I get the feeling that you want, and I can get you
I know what
that.
you're talking about.
Somewhere else. I can get you. But eventually we ended up going to shoot there. And I think on that day it was on a Friday evening, and that's the only scene we shot. Focused on it full force. When we shot the scene, and by the time we're done setting up, and the background actors were there, and the key actors and so forth, and lights were on, cameras were rolling, that scene in particular, it's where we actually reveal the whole secret behind the Letters of Hope.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The story behind the story that is not spoken about. At some point, I had a conversation with somebody who lived around those times, who actually told me a story that in Robben Island, back at the time, there used to be some sort of a structured system that the ANC at the time had formulated in terms of there was secret places underground and in different places where actually they will transport letters coming from people in exile who had left the country. And at the same time, those letters will go into that particular place.
Yeah.
And then they'll be smuggled into the country and to the homes.
Oh, so that they are not,
so that if a letter,
censored.
yes, they are not censored, yes. We shot the scene at the Constitution Hill. The scene, it reveals the whole secret behind the story, the narrative itself, Letters of Hope. And it tells you what the film is about, like the essential purpose of what this story is about.
The holding idea.
The holding idea of this particular film.
So are you going to tell me what the scene is? Because now I'm still...
No.
You're not...
You must go on.
It's not even in the trailer.
In case you're wondering, I have a baby now. I'm just saying, just know, because they can see her on that one. Which character or actor? No, we can't say actor.
Yeah,
which character was your favorite, or character that you feel like that story had to be told? Like one character, you choose a character, she chooses, he chooses. I feel like everyone would have their own character to choose from. So let's start with you.
So for me, the most important character in the film, apart from the main actor itself. And this happened to me when I got on set and I started working with Tulani Tsoga, you know.
Yes.
The most important character for me is Sompisi. And more than anything else, it's you know, sometimes you put things on the script and then the actors bring their own interpretation.
Oh, nice.
Right? But this time around, the actor gave me exactly
What you needed.
what I imagined.
Oh.
You know, and I was watching him and I'm thinking, boop, 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 boop. Oh my god. You know,
Yeah,
because
nice.
usually actors would come and then that, you know,
They want to bring their own personality
no,
to the character.
he basically came in and he became Brad Pitt and he just, you know,
Oh, nice.
and he just gave us what we wanted.
Nice. That's beautiful. Naledi.
I think this happened during the writing process. Right?
Okay.
That I felt like, but this character is like beautiful, and we should actually build on this. We should see more of this character, right? And I feel like we didn't give this character a lot of time, actually, on screen.
I know what you're talking about.
Right? We didn't give the character a lot of time on screen because for me it was like, "Argh!" It's so little, because then when you in the writing process is, no, but we don't need this character that much.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fine. This character must just appear, you know, when we're at the climax
bit
and
and a
when
bit,
we
yeah.
wrap up, when we get to the resolution. But then when you watch the film, you're like, oh, this person is actually very beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
They could have had more time in the story, right?
Oh,
And like
yeah.
given them more to play with, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's a character. The character is played by Ndiyzthemba.
What? Oh, it's played by him.
Yes, it's played by him. Right? And I really genuinely loved that character because it's just a
I didn't know you were
supporting
going
character.
there.
Yeah, it's just a
I felt like you were
supporting
talking about
character.
someone else.
It's a supporting character, and it's a very small character, but it has so much presence. Right?
Oh, nice.
So the character was beautiful because it gave more than what we anticipated.
Oh, nice.
And it was real support. You see, if you had to say best supporting actor, you know, it would go to. And unfortunately, it was just the background actor, but it felt like it was a great supporting actor.
You know, the funny thing though, there's like pictures, behind the scenes pictures, and there's pictures where I see myself before tapping into character,
Yeah.
and I was having
Oh, yeah.
conversations with
Yes.
the director
Yes.
and people
Yes.
around,
Yes.
undressing,
Yes.
preparing for a character, just in the,
Wait.
in the middle of nowhere, producing and trying to tap into a character
What
at
you
the
are
same
getting
time.
into character.
Exactly my point. So it was just the whole stressful process, but
Yeah.
then it gets to a point where you just have to cut the other one, you know, and just fully
Oh, yeah.
tap into a character and execute what the director wants to achieve, you know. But speaking to an important character that I might say that I've chosen to say maybe the story
What's important to you?
yeah, probably more important was the story of Robert,
Okay.
who's the father of the lead character.
Oh, nice.
The reason why I say Robert is mainly based on the fact that you have a father who lives around the time of a system of oppression, you understand, and he's a struggle icon himself, a liberation fighter
Yes.
who's fighting in secret. At the same time, he has a son who's going against the cause that he's actually fighting for, because he
Okay.
has a son who wants to be a policeman at the time of oppression,
Which-
whereas
yeah.
he's trying to fight for liberation. Unfortunately, he dies, you know, in the story.
Of course. Yes.
You know,
Wait,
of course,
wait,
we
wait.
need to focus on.
I just want to understand this. You said he dies.
Yeah.
Did you tell this to the other people that interviewed you, or are you just telling me that? I just want to make sure.
Why you wanna make it
I just want to
for
make
you?
sure. Wait, I have to say it on camera. That was an exclusive, so I thank you.
Yeah, that was
you
an
can hit
exclusive,
it. Boom,
you know.
boom, boom, boom. Someone has to hit it. Thank you.
Exclusive.
Okay.
For It's Your Form.
Yes.
So yeah, for me, I think that character was very powerful in terms of the narrative, and I think it also gives value to the protagonist himself.
nice.
You know,
Yes.
because his binary, his obstacle, it's so heavy. Because he's a man who's fighting for liberation.
Yes.
You know, and this young man has to brave up, you know, and actually he wants to do what he wants to do, you know, and it takes bravery when he goes into that journey and actually follows after the footsteps of the father. After all, even if he dies, his objective is achieved.
Yes. Yeah, no, it is.
Okay. So
Actually, the story begins with him.
The story begins, yes.
You know.
Don't tell us the story.
Wow.
Wait, you was about to say something. What is going on? Can you just say it?
We do not repeat.
Can you just continue with the story?
29 May.
Yeah, 29 May.
29 May.
Oh, it's 29 May.
Yeah.
You know, I announced that 22nd. I think you are the one who said 22nd.
No.
You said 2-2 yesterday.
Go and edit. Advice.
Yo.
29 May.
Come on now.